Gosh darn it, you woman, I want an ice cream. Why do you mean you don't have vanilla? What is this flavor? Like, I can't even tell what flavor that is. God, oh, hey guys, what's up? Hello everyone, this is Solus TM once more for another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet online link battles. I'm gonna keep continuing with the same team that you saw from last week, but this time I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a change. I ended up remaking the team a little bit, turning them from OU all the way down to NU. So from here on till Pokemon Champion comes out, I'm basically gonna keep playing the same team, swapping different tiers and see how well I face up against them. If you like the content so far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and hopefully we can enjoy the fights as we wait for anticipation for Pokemon Champions. So thank you for joining me once more, and welcome back to once more. Let's do this. Oh my god, look at this guy's team. It looks amazing. I honestly feel like I'm in a small little island dealing with a bunch of inhabitants. But regardless of that, we're gonna go one more time with Alfred, and we decided to bring the actual ranger, the one that actually belongs in the right team. But hopefully I can give you guys a fun little show. To you, sir, I say good luck and bring it on. Alright, let's get ready to battle, man, from Blueberry Academy. Let's see what you got going on as we're about to start the battle with, oh my god, it's the Dondozo, and it's shiny. But guess what, I have Alfred, the butler of butlers, into battle. We're about to put some surge and some hospitality into the field as we're about to start the battle with a good old-fashioned expanding force. Hitting this man for all his life and taking him down in one hit. Insanity. I was not thinking that the critical was going to do that much damage, or that Dondozo was especially defensively weak. But, you know, I take it. We're going to have some tuna for breakfast as we see that we bring the Crawdon into battle. Honestly, I don't have anything too good to hit him except for Shadow Ball, which is not happening. So I say it's time to bring in the pots into battle. As we say, Alfred return. And with that, I say let's go, Miss Hat, to battle! Surviving the knockoff, and sadly I'm gonna be slower than it regardless though, so I'd rather go for it and take some health out of him with a Draining Kiss. A stab, but you know, knockoff again goes and take it down the hats. It's not much to do about it. It is sad. But regardless of that, we're gonna keep going as we're gonna bring out Pepito into battle. My little luchador is ready to put some hype into the battlefield, because once he comes in, he's gonna make sure to take a few of him down. As we're gonna go for the close combat. Honestly, I could possibly try to go for a Swords Dance, but I do not want to guarantee my down. And honestly, I am going to basically go down because I did not expect the sad per se Focus Sash. But, you know, luck is still on my side as I basically was able to dodge the Crab Hammer. I am not going to take this opportunity aside and go for the acrobatics, take him down before he gets the chance to take me down. And with that, we got now shrimp on the table. Gotta love my little seafood collection that I have going on, because so far we're having fish. But you know, we still haven't finished the party table, guys. So now we got clam into the lunch menu. So we're basically gonna open this clam up by hitting it with a close combat. Not enough to take it down, but enough to at least keep myself handed. But we see that he goes for the icicle spear, going for one, going for twice, taking down Pepito. Even though he still have fighting, he's still flying. So sadly enough, Pepito was able to take one down, which is fine and dandy. I am now gonna have to swap my strategy a little bit and bring out Hacks into battle. Like I said, it's all fish theme. We're about to have some fish today, as we're now gonna go for the fillet away. I'm gonna cut myself and remake myself to be faster and stronger. That's right. All that I removed was not actually fish. It was part of my armor. But regardless of that, I take a good amount of damage on my health. But thanks to Citrus Berry, I'm still healthily in the orange. Yeah, back to yellow. As we see now that he goes for the shell smash. Now in some situations this would have been bad, but since I'm faster and I also get a +2 in speed, I'm actually faster than the oyster. So now the question is, does this thing have any other ability that will basically screw me over if I don't kick his butt in one hit? That's the question. I am faster. So, Psycho Cut, breaking down the oyster, and with that, the shell goes down. Gotta love my seafood, it is delicious. And my fish right here is about to put some smack into the down. As we see that he goes and brings in the duck trio, the Alolan version to be exact, and I'm ready to hit it with an Aqua Cutter, unless this one knows Sucker Punch, which at that point, I am screwed. But we see that he has Endure ready to brace himself for the attack as I basically go for the Aqua Cutter. Hit him with a super effective hit, also critical to boot. But he endured the hit nicely. What ability does he have that honestly is putting me in a bad spot? I have no clue. But he used the Lychee Berry to boost his attack. Now the thing is though, is it faster than me? Of course it is, because it has Sucker Punch. And that hacks goes down. I was trying to make my fish Palooza go into the hype and might of it, but it's not happening. So, Alfred, come on, let's go. Let's finish this little trio with wonderful hair out of the way, and also give them the hospitality that they deserve. As we're about to land another expanding forest. 3 Pokemons left on both sides. Honestly, it's kind of getting a little close, but right now we see that he's about to put some hype into it. Bringing in the Dark Trio and terrorizing into his pure fighting type. Interesting. With a fist on his head, it becomes a pure fighting type, and also, I already know much about Dark Trio. He is faster than me, and he's gonna go for the reversal. Oh my goodness. Landing hard to the Alfred, taking him down. Oh my god. At this point, I should have saw that coming, but regardless of that, I do have a ace off my sleeve. Now the thing is, I don't believe I'm faster than it, but I do have one shot of surviving it and one shot of doing some damage. So the thing is though, I need at least one tiny speed up, and I'm not going to be able to survive it. But it ends up going for the Sucker Punch, which I honestly was not expecting. But I'm gonna go for the Armor Cannon at this point. You think he might be able to hit me with Sucker Punch, but he cannot, thanks to the fact that I have Psychic Surge into the field. But either way, let's blast him right quickly. He thought I was being silly for a minute, but you know what? I'll take it. You're free to do what you want, sir. I basically survived that nicely, and you go down. Honestly, not many people know about Psychic Surge. I honestly tend to forget sometimes that this surge basically blocks priority, but you know, after fighting for a minute, you kind of go brain dead in most of your plays. But either way, the Makuhita gets sent to the field. I honestly want to gain a bit of a boost. That depends if he ends up doing it. So I'm gonna basically go for Endure. Trying to keep my stuff out. Of course he does. This was a bad call. I'm basically gonna have to go for another Armor Cannon at this point, because I was not. I thought he learned his lesson after he missed the first priority move, but whatever. I think he noticed I got something going on, but regardless of that, I go down. There's not much you can do about it. So, final Pokemon it is. Once more back to pots. There's not much you can do about it. I'm just gonna have to basically go with what I got and bring out the pots. One Shell Smash all that requires, and you know, as much as I hate the fact that I'm gonna have to deal with some dumb moves based on people not really expecting or not really knowing the abilities per se. I'm gonna have to let the teapot basically take the win again as we go and get hit by a knockoff, surviving at 1 HP. But of course, you know, Focusage, even though you try to knock it out, it won't go away that easily, which makes no sense to me. What's the point of knockoff anyway? But regardless of that, I'm already the fastest thing around. Let's go hit it with a Shadow Ball and take this giant sumo wrestler out of the way. But we see that he basically withdraws the Makuhita, bringing out the giant igloo as we basically go and land the Shadow Ball. One hit enough just to take down the big iceberg, and with that the table is set. All we now have to do is bring the big boy so he can basically be ready to eat. But either way, I do appreciate that he basically did the switch, because at this point all I have to do is just land a Shadow Ball and it will be over. As Shadow Ball basically connects with the sumo wrestler, and that is game. A little bit of a misread in a few other moves, honestly. I'm not blaming him for not knowing much about Psychic Search, but with that, GG's my friend. It was a fun game. This is hilarious. This might be a funny one. I'll play his game. You're a side dog against my maid. I'm gonna tell the duck to go away. Tell him to, you know, it's chill. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm cracking up a little bit because I'm basically talking about this with my boy within Sundays, and I'm like, okay, what should I do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell this duck to go out of the mansion. We're not gonna have guests basically get distracted by this duck, so we're gonna blast him with a Shadow Ball. Oh god, he's pure water. I almost forgot about that. So I'm just gonna yell at him right quickly with a hyper voice. Not really sure it's gonna be enough to take me down, as we see that he goes for the Terra. About to put some hype into it. We see that the man gonna go for pure Terra. Water, he's going for the damage, I see. So we're gonna put a fountain instead, becoming double water. So the question is, will he hit? But I end up going first. Yell at him loudly, telling him, that was impressive, ducky, but you're going down. Taking the duck out of the way, that was kind of interesting. I had to record that because this man had guts I respected. Rah! You're the man. Hopefully you can make that work somehow. That will be interesting in the future. Alrighty, we're about to see a fight right quickly with this gentleman. Honestly, can't read his name, but it's a pure Uber's team. I'm scared of the Charizard. But either way, my friend, I wish you the best of luck. And to you, sir, I say bring it, because honestly, a legendary fight is always a pleasure, especially when I'm under level with a UU team. But who knows? Let's see what you got. So let's get this battle started. That's what I would like to say, but I came to the realization that I made two small mistakes. This would have been a perfect moment for Alpha, but then again, I'm going to be kinda in the middle of a mid-war. Then I remember that I didn't check the moveset. I just started the match right quickly to, you know, try to stretch the muscles. Regardless of that, we still have something that we can basically hit him with, and we have the Shadow Ball. Gonna go quickly and blast this fool right quickly with a Shadow Ball. Hurt him pretty badly, putting him in the orange. And we activated weakness policy, of course. My set also has a similar effects as this fella. But the thing is, though, hopefully he won't go for anything too badly. But he ends up going for the expanding force. Almost taking down my maid, but she is a wonderful maid. Ready for another Shadow Ball to blast this fool. Because this possibly was going to be a weak armor. But regardless of that, we see that this man's about to go and put some hype into it. Terrorizing the armor age and put him pure terrorize, which in my case works for me because first of all I'm faster, meaning that my Shadow Ball is gonna connect right quickly and take your Terra down. No more surprise for any type changes, but regardless of that, the armor age goes down. My maid proving why she's the best maid there is around and popping off for proving her skills. That's one down so far. We got 6 birds on 5. We'll see that. Oh no, it's a hack Pokemon as the Charizard is shining. Sadly, I don't want to get dealing with this fire lizard, so we're gonna have to go for a switch. Sadly, I'm gonna have to possibly put a tiny distraction, but I'm gonna have to switch my strategy a little bit. Honestly, this UU team is a little bit confusing because I'm not sure what I want to go for or what I consider the least amount of risks. So we summon in Ranger right quickly. The man goes for the Hurricane, avoiding it nicely. I am now ready to go into a bit of a battle of attrition. I honestly rather weaken myself a little bit, even though fire is not going to really hurt him that badly. Aside from the fact that I don't have any type of buffs, I'm going to go for the armor cannon. Luckily, he goes for another Hurricane, and that misses as I go and blast the fool out of this guy, hit him for a good amount. Sadly, my defense gets dropped by a little bit. So honestly, I am wondering, should I honestly stay in and go for the attack, or should I honestly not go for it and just swap right now? Honestly, I feel like I can switch. I don't really have much I can risk besides having the Psychic type Magenta into battle. Honestly, I don't have much of a use for her, so I'm gonna have to possibly let her take a hit because I honestly want to take abuse of my weak armor as well. But luckily, 3 strikes and he's out. He is not staying for another turn, so we are basically gonna blast him right quickly with a Psychic as he basically says screw it and goes for the Flamethrower. But of course, I'm ready to tank it properly and land a Psychic, taking down the Hackmong. Shame, sir! How dare you approach me with that? I was honestly expecting a bit of a legendary showdown instead of you're just a hacker. But anyway, he's bringing the Scarlet. So right now, I am not in a happy spot because honestly, I am gonna get hurt pretty badly. I'd rather go for the stab and just go for a Psychic. Strongest move I have in my arsenal. Hopefully enough to take him down. Not enough putting him in the orange as he also goes for a Shadow Ball. Kinda odd seeing a special Scarlet, but regardless of that, Magenta goes down. Now going back to the drawing board, I don't really want to stay in and take too much damage, especially if it's a special type. So honestly, as much as my priority is going to get taken down very soon, I'm bringing out Pepito into battle. Ready to lay the smackdown in this ghost. Of course, Psychic Seed gets popped and I get a boost. Ready for battle. I'm about to go and hit him with a quick Throat Chop. It's the strongest move I have against ghost types. And honestly, a very reliable move. Very strong, very hard. Flexing his luchador style with a critical 2 boot for the fans. And Scarlet goes down. Pepito flexing as the strange terrain gets disappeared, and now priorities are now ready to hit me. But regardless of that, I don't really think I'm gonna be dealing with too much priorities. But I am not dealing with that dragon, so I gonna have to prepare for the worst. I'm gonna have to take it down. So I'm gonna have to hit him with the strongest move I have, and that is my close combat. Beating the snotting out of this fool, but not enough to put him in the orange. My defense has dropped to a certain amount of stages. Then he goes for the Bulk Strike. Hitting hard Pepito with a super effective, and sadly, I was expecting as much and I go down. This is a little bit tough, but I have a plan. I honestly wanted to make hacks work, but I'm gonna have to prepare the field. As a good maid to battle, it's time to bring once more your service. Hopefully I might be faster than this dragon. Then again, I haven't really fought this dragon before, so I'm in the blind right now. So I'm about to get ready to land a Psychic, strongest move I have in my arsenal, and luckily I go first. Landing the Psychic and Sekron goes down. My maid's still proving why she is the best maid. I don't know why nobody will ever dare to use her over the male one. To be fair, I know why, but I enjoy my humor for a little bit. As we see that right now, God, it comes to battle, and I honestly am seeing that he is something. I am not really sure the type that he is, so I'm gonna hit him with the strongest move I have. Luckily, he does not know about Psychic Terrain. Extreme Speed gets blocked, and Maid goes for the Psychic. Hit him for a half. I am still gonna go for the battle. I'm gonna go and land another Psychic. Hitting Hot Guard, but God is faster as he goes for the Gunk Shot and Maid goes down. thank you, mate. You are the best, mate. I appreciate why you always make my services amazing. So, despite the fact that I got hit with I saw the gong shot, I am going to go back with Ranger to battle, getting ready to destroy this god. Hopefully, it's something that can hurt pretty badly. I saw he was not affected by poison and by psychic, but I see that he is resistant to fire. Not caring too much. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go for the focus blast. I'm not sure he's gonna hit me with something too bad. As you see, that he goes for the extreme speed once more. Now the question is, can I trade? And I was able to trade, landing that focus blast. My Ranger is very focused. I appreciate the fact that I was able to land that hit properly, but I'm afraid I might miss the next one. As gong shot connects, hit it by Ranger, but I take it nicely, sadly poisoned. But regardless of that, it does activate my weak armor, boosting my speed by 2 stages, and now stored power is at a decent amount of power to take down God, and Arceus goes down. Let's go, Ranger. We're still in the game, but we're still dealing with 2 Pokemon that I honestly have never really dealt with in my days of playing Pokemon. So as we see that he's bringing a Eterna tooth. Oh god, he is ginormous. I'm seeing that he's exerting pressure. I am about to get ready for battle. Luckily for me, the guy is weak to psychic, so I'm going for it, hitting him with an orbital laser. Not really sure it's gonna be enough to take him down, and enough was enough. It was a critical, strong enough to take down the Eternus. And I say Ranger goes and pops off for the win. Despite poison, he was able to make it. Good game, sir, but regardless of you, shame. Balloons can't be all you got here for sale. Come on, man. At least you could have had a Marwell balloon. That would have been awesome. Oh, it's you guys again. Alright. That was a fun battle. I honestly, I'm getting tired of fighting Uber, so I'm going to try to hit up the Master Battler sooner. See if they can actually give me something to do with the other tier Pokemons, because so far I've been fighting OU non-stop. So hopefully I can go and practice a little bit with the lower tiers. But regardless of that, thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I get to see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Until then, see you later and have a wonderful rest of your day.